Hello everybody, welcome back to Language, Litigation, and Integration, Part 100, Casual Conversations 37. This lecture series is officially hit 100 episodes. Talking points, not too many this time, so probably a couple stories. Haven't really been, there wasn't a dark horse this week, thank God. So I don't have to respond to that. Just totally random shit. Nothing super specific. Not much going on. Besides, I did the absolutely fucking hilarious Carl Quintanilla on CNBC saying "Buy the invasion." I thought that made me laugh out loud. So I don't know. What am I doing in my channel in the foreseeable future? Again, all these things all the time. I'm going to do a poker series, at least for Texas Hold'em. Again, I've been playing daily for 2-3 years now. So I'm definitely at the point where I feel like you can have some cards where you either call a bet or don't call a bet, but overall strategy, I feel like I definitely know what I'm doing. So, and like I said, I play daily, so I'll be going over just the basics, betting strategy, position sizing, the technique, like how the game has, the apps like the rules of the game, what type of tournament structures I play, and then live streaming and commentating from there. Just another activity I really like doing. So that'll be the next new series of video content that I'll be coming out with probably the next couple of days. What else am I doing? I'm inquiring about businesses. Definitely going to go with a business over a house, again, strictly because I do not have human rights. I would not even possibly be thinking about another business. Like my old neighbor Adam said, why are you still trying to make money? Because no one's paid me yet. Like it still just can't end. The United States will blow up its own buildings again before I'll ever get paid my money. So still have to literally have to survive. Literally do not have any human rights at all. No end in sight, not even fucking possible. So the first podcast I watched Logan Paul and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know what impulsive that would have been, but nothing super interesting. But Logan said a quote that I did like. He said, "Life's not short, you just need to do more." Totally fucking agree. And past that, again, it's a limit. Right? Nothing takes a long time to do, you just have to get the skills to master that. And then past that, get any expert in any field. There's nothing hard, there's no difficult things. You just have to train yourself to not be an inefficient monkey. And so people who think that life's short is, again, it's a late stage statement about life of regret. Again, like when I told you, going into the gym after Thanksgiving, and either a gym goer or a Fed, saying, enjoy your days, which I can't because I don't have human rights. They go by fast. No, totally don't. Nothing goes by fast. It's been the slowest life fucking ever. You unified the natural sciences 6 years ago. Nothing has changed. But it's really an insecure person that's kind of aware of being regretful that they did nothing with their life. So life does not go fast. Life is not short. Totally agree, Logan Paul. Great statement. Miles Harris going viral on Reddit. Literally, I referenced him in this series again about being a reporter that he was one grade above me in high school, and now he's a reporter for AB6 in Central Ohio. AB6 on your side, again reporting about all the violations of crime, helping out so much as being good, decent people. So again, I referenced him in the series, and then I get on Reddit today, and he's literally on the front page. I mean, I'm sure it had like 123,000 upvotes on Reddit. It was front page, one of the first 2 things you saw. So if anyone saw the reporter going viral on Reddit with it's actually a pretty adorable interaction. Adorable, Dorbies. We should say if something's adorable, say it's Dorbies. But it's, again, small world. Get on the guy that I referenced about, again, being a reporter that won't report on science and discovery, again, from the person that went to school with him. He's the guy that went viral. So that's pretty cool. It's a cute clip, but just fuck Central Ohio, man. Like, do your job, Miles Harris. Please report on actual criminal activity. I'm offering $1 million of cash to give a lecture so I can stop getting tortured. But I'm sure ABC6 won't get on my side, so I'll just fucking sue you guys. If you're a news station and you're not going to report the news, you're going to get fucking sued as well. Biden sanctions Russia and Putin's speech. I did not read the speech. Again, my Russian is not good enough to read confidently. I will definitely get there if I can ever, again, I can't interact with people. Like, I want to go to school. Like, I actually want to go again. People won't respect my legal rights, and I'm saying I'm a lawyer, and then they still won't respect that. And people go to law school for 2 years. I've been doing active logical derivation for 6. Again, how many lawyers are there? How many people are running lecture series? But I did not read the speech from the sentiment of everybody else. It seemed, again, off the wall, out of left field, some weird grievances. Again, history's not coming back, boys and girls. I really don't know what the point of invading is. Again, it probably says, you know, they've moved some forces to, or Putin's declared some regions of eastern Ukraine as sovereign, and he's moved troops there. Biden's put sanctions on them to punish them financially. Again, everyone's about the dollar bills. Be less about power and greed. That world is gone and never coming back. Gone, gone, gone again. So, again, not much. We'll see what happens there. But I did buy the invasion. I've loaded up on MNMD. Got 7,000 shares. You know, it's a dollar and change stock price of $8,000, $9,000. I'll probably double that even. That's my highest conviction trade. Not doing trading right now, but we'll just see what happens with Russia and Ukraine. But again, it's just people can't grow up from 4-person families to the entire world. Can't change. The use of parlay in English slang, and then more stories. So again, just another thing you always hear. You know, can you parlay that $10 into $100? Really, parlay, I mean, literally means to speak, to talk in French. But English slang, you're using it more to, it's like go back and forth. And so it's interesting because people definitely say that. Parlay literally means to speak. And English slang has translated that to basically you'll go back and forth as like a negotiation, or to finesse, right? Finesse that, parlay that. So just another language thing. Again, this is a language lesson too. So that just stuck out to me, and now some stories. So the first story is actually about parlay. Again, so one day, again, my family absolutely cannot respect my scientific discoveries. They will never listen to me, even though I am literally provably, not me saying so, it's on someone's desk. You just have to click the videos. Can't take care of my own health care, can't encourage my family to be healthy, can't do anything like that because they don't respect me because I'm simply younger than them, from everybody I've ever met. But we're going, my dad, me, and my brother are going to John Wick 3. And we go to Rave Motion Pictures. I think it was Rave at Polaris. Right now I go to Stone Ridge. Basically, I'm in between like Gahanna, New Albany, and Westerville. So the closest movie theater is Stone Ridge. So that's my home theater now. And again, I go to movies all the time, as you can see by my channel. But that or the Rave is the movie theaters we typically go to. Again, if you know the area. And so we're going into the theater. We get our tickets. And literally every single time before I go to the movie, even if I got like 2 drops of piss in me, I go pee, so I don't have to go to the bath. Like, no chance I have to get up and leave the theater at all. So I really like to engage in the movies, and I like to respond to the writing. And so, go into the bathroom. You really don't have to pee at all. And my dad's standing there, and again, he sees me not pee as like again, people have like performance anxiety. They won't piss in front of other people. I do not have that. I just didn't have to pee, but I was going to try, so I didn't have to, get up out of the movie. And so, again, this is just to give you some maturity levels of my parents and again, this entire community I come from. And so I get out of the bathroom, and you can see my dad like, joking with my brother, like, oh, Brad, again, my dad is just the most alpha male person ever, the most strong-willed person ever. Absolutely not. He's very insecure. And so he's just sitting there like, again, insulting me, like, behind my back, like, oh, look at him, look at him, look at him. He's 60. He's like 63 now, but this was like 2 or 3 years ago. Whenever John Wick 3 came out, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. But again, so that happens, and again, it's just the weirdest shit ever. It's like, Mom and Dad, I literally do not have any fucking friends to the point where I can't eat and sleep at night, and the Miles Harris will report on the news. And Edwin Powell, the senior, won't enforce the law. I got another great story about some law enforcement people. I'll share that when I want to. But go into the movie. We watch the movie, and in John Wick 3, there's a scene where they say parlay. It's like, let's have a parlay. It literally means let's have a talk, but let's go back and forth. It's kind of the slang that you get from American English. And then we leave the theater, and again, at this point, my family knows I literally can speak any fucking language, literally any of them. And I'm a prodigious linguist. Again, I don't say first principles science because I think about the first principles. I do research in every known section of scientific discourse for real. I've founded and shut down 2 math subjects that people just like don't like. Well, dimensionless analysis is the one math subject. Geometric linguistics is a subsection. There's been real logic. It's always been there. People just like, put 2 math subjects, literally, right? People could never imagine being Isaac Newton. Okay, here, you want a math subject? Here's a fucking math subject. You want a pile of music? Here's a pile of fucking music. You want businesses? Here's a pile of fucking businesses. When do I get human rights? But point being, my father knows that, again, I speak French. I've studied and researched in French. I've solved all of science in French. I've demonstrated the basis of logic in French already. And so he asked me, he genuinely asked me, he's like, what does parlay mean? And I said it means it's a French verb, it means speaking or talking in the infinitive form. and then he basically, he's like, well, I've heard it used like back and forth. Again, trying to disagree with me. Again, this is just an example of they have to disagree with me. Nobody I've ever met that's older than me can listen to me as an adult, and I've proven these things. So all that they can do is, again, just deny me, deny my research, and insult me. And so he comes back and he's like, I don't think that's right. Yeah, Dad, when's the last time you sat down and translated all of science in French? Never. And will you ever? No. But again, just another story. I state a fact. People can't accept scientific facts. They deny it. They create a false difference. Again, going back and forth in the context of speaking is a conversation. So it's kind of what happened there. But again, it's just the weirdest shit ever. People cannot listen to science literally out of my mouth. And at the same time, people can't stop physically responding, viscerally responding to my level of resonance. So that's the first story about using parlay with my dad and going to John Wick 3. So I'll give you another, going to get a bunch of random stories, but I'll give you another story about Father Dearest, but where I wrote letters to Ronald Trump, where again, at the very beginning of not having human rights, which is again, you just viscerally perceive that you are not fitting into a group of people, and the only reason I care is because that's how you function, that's how you make money, that's how you network, that's how you get a mate, that's how you do anything the species has ever done, and people could not give a fuck less. So I'm writing these letters openly, and again, everyone's thinking, oh, Brad's so depressed, he's so weird, he's so out of whack, when again, they've literally just destroyed my life with slander, gossip, degradation, racketeering, harassment, fraud. Every criminal activity that you could possibly do, people just do it to me instinctually. And so I write the first letter to Ronald Trump, and for the record, it was just a zinger of a line. The first pack of weed I ever had, I bought. I did not get a small loan of a quarter pound. I bought a quarter pound. Ain't no broke shit over here. But so I write these letters again as actual legal complaints. Like, I just don't understand how the fucking worthless St. Paul, DeSales, Central Ohio community don't realize I can't go to fucking court. The cops will not enforce the law. The FBI will clear their belts as opposed to enforce the fucking law. And then they go blow up their buildings at 9/11. So it's like, I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here. People can't. If I ever get human rights, if I'm alive to see that, the second that happens, I am out of this country and I will never step foot in here again, and fuck the American people. You guys have actually slowed down science by literally 20 years, and nobody cares at all, because they just can't. So I'm writing these letters, again, in true duress, like true, imminent, fucking threatening duress. No one cares at all. No one cares at all. But they care. The thing that people care about, again, like they've pushed me out of every group, they include me in the group if they want to tear me down or build themselves up, and then past that, they want my level of intelligence to validate their shitty behavior. And so again, the first letter, I haven't again read the letter since I wrote it 2 years ago. Because again, it's just like, I have no fucking friends, my life is absolutely fucking destroyed. And again, it's not emotional, it's true. Like, it's absolutely true. A bunch of emotionless, underdeveloped, immature fucking idiots decided they were going to throw my fucking life away because they were scientifically illiterate. Not because they hate me, I speak a fact and people said no. Parlay doesn't mean to go back and forth, or it doesn't mean to speak, it means to go back and forth, which isn't a unique definition. And so I write these letters and post the first one up, and again, people won't really, like, my videos get like 4 or 5 views. It's probably like my mom, my brother, and then some random people on the internet sometimes. And so, write the first letter, put it on LinkedIn. Again, no one's going to enforce the law, especially not the law enforcement. And then my dad just literally just burst into tears, and again, like a wailing child. And me, my brother, and my mom are all sitting there, just like, what do we do? Like, crying baby starts crying. What the fuck do you do? But again, now it's clear that again my dad had read the letter, and it was just like this, how devastating, but really reflecting on him, because again, every step of the way, it is so easy to look back at these and say, oh, that happened in the past. It's all good, and it is. But like I said, I don't hold grudges, but it hasn't stopped. Like fucking people can't fucking grow up. But it really just more reflecting of again. Because like I said, every single step of the way, when I was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, all the way to 28, I was doing the things that was appropriate at that age to get the fuck out of this shit. And nobody helped me, everybody doubted me. And again, they didn't doubt me, they doubted science. You prove something and people are so fucking incompetent at the species level, they will have no understanding of how to stop. As proven, empirically proven by this. So he just bursts into tears, and it's just like, again, me and my brother and my mom are just like, what do we say? Again, it's not an emotional statement. I mean, like I said, once you burn your fucking nerve endings off your hand, you don't feel anything anymore. Right? When you're a scapegoat, the emotionality is really removed. Emotion's a privilege. You can feel happy, sad, nostalgic, inspired. There's nothing to inspire me. I do everything that I want to do, I just don't get paid for it. It's torture. It's just fucking torture. And the problem is, again, me writing about it. Because after people torture you, the same people that are emotionally underdeveloped that will torture you get offended about their own behavior. Because it's like looking in a mirror. Well, again, destroyed my fucking life, so I'm not going to be super polite about any of that shit. Kid, mom, dad, I've never had a real girlfriend. Absolutely no potential to change anything about just being a basic human being. And now, again, I'm not going to get younger, so it's like, until the world recognizes my work, I will be fucking abused, I will be manipulated, I will be neglected, I will be disrespected, I will be denigrated, and I will be treated like a fucking animal until then, and it won't happen. More stories. So, what stories I want to tell now? I'll tell you a little bit more, just more about being disrespected and being stay in your place, Brad. Scapegoat, Brad. You're 28 and a half years old. You could never progress in your life whatsoever. So stay down where you are. You have no rights, but we're still going to manipulate you and try to make money off your property. So again, my business partner, Marty, who is the alcohol business partner, he starred in this. Well, Marty, again, people are so fucking illiterate they won't publish the science papers. I'm offering $1 million of fucking cash to give a fucking lecture. While Jordan Peterson goes on lecture tours, as Peterson would say. But again, 28 years of age, I've experienced less life than most 16-year-olds have experienced. In any facet, again, business, personal life, progression, self-identity, just anything. But so, years ago we had I'll never be able to sell CBD enriched alcohol, even though it's healthier, and I want to run it could be a massive business tomorrow. Again, wanted to have like social functions, like actual brick and mortar stores where again it's like a social vibe, a place you go and hang out, stuff like that. So it could have been a really cool concept. I just have no expectation that the world will never just accept science. It will never accept healthcare. So again, we're interacting about the alcohol, but again, I really did get the Black Labs Botanicals. I did a video on that and raised a bunch of money, had a big group of people to try to get a cannabis license, dispensary and grow operation in Pennsylvania. And so the alcohol really kind of stimulated, and I really got all these people excited about it. And I lived in Philadelphia, so a couple stories about, again, just business meetings again, after unification of the natural sciences, I'm the struggling entrepreneur trying to break into the game, and my business partners, they're the 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds that know the game, and when you get to my age, life comes fast, and let me impart all of this great wisdom on you. It's like, what makes business sense? I don't give a fuck how old you are, I don't give a fuck about your skin color. What makes sense? And so, a couple meetings we had, and we would just go to like the Hilton, just like the lobby of the Hilton, just to meet with some of the people. And again, Marty had again, they were like friends, or again previous business partners of him, so they weren't like just like random people. But we met with two different Daves. Not gonna say their last names, no point to, and a lawyer, Alan. And the first meeting with, I forget who we met with first, but we go in there. Dave 1 and Dave 2, most of the conversations go about the same. Again, they're both investors. It's like, your typical, what's the industry, what's the market, what's the business, what's your margins, what are you expecting to do, stuff like that. And then normal ass business meeting, and then after meeting with Dave Perlman, oops, I said his name, but it doesn't really fucking matter. But my business partner Marty, again, these aren't like bad stories. My business partner Marty was like, critical that I think I wore a hat that day. And I just remember thinking, it's just like, doubt what my work is, doubt what my research is. We've read Brad's patents, we're sure that's pretty good, so we want to make money off of that. But strictly because there's not been, wow, Brad solved math problems, and it is what it is everywhere. I can't turn on the TV without people stealing my property. And so when he's like, gonna tell me how to dress to impress business people. Yep, got it. And again, same type of thing with another Dave. Again, the names don't matter, so those aren't bad stories. One with a lawyer named Alan. Again, literally sitting there talking to people who cannot accept scientific proofs because they have never passed a science class in their entire fucking lives. And he says to me, a lot of forward-looking thinkers don't get recognized in their lifetime, as there's a proof sitting on their desk. Not like I want to accomplish something, and again, it's with words, and then you realize it's just straight up denial. It's incompetence, it's arrogance, it's denial, it's fuck Brad. And so then years later, he's added on my LinkedIn now, whatever the gossip is behind my back, that's what becomes my life becomes. And again, they're still trying to respect me as like the founder or the entrepreneur, and then disrespect me as the investor, economist, business owner, guy who's solving all the science. So it's just the weird, people have to push me down. They have to. I'm 28 and a half, nothing has ever changed. Can't change, won't change. And so he's like, adds me on LinkedIn, thanks for adding me. And I was like, yep. It's been as I've said, I've buried 2 family members since you told me my constitutional rights were optional. Again, sitting with a lawyer saying, here's the, I didn't even think I had the legal arguments done then, but here's my constitutional rights to publish my research, my writings and my discoveries. Oh, well, a lot of forward-looking thinkers don't get recognized in their lifetime. And I couldn't eat food. I couldn't naturally eat fucking food. And so, yeah, it's probably, again, I'm not exactly sure the time frames, but one other time I went to New York, where we had this big group, we're meeting, I forget what this guy's name was, but it was, again, just a consulting group that's either helped people get cannabis licenses, maybe a master grower, or, he was a big player, if I literally forget his first and last name. But so we fly to New York to meet this guy, and this is really more so for the cannabis grow and dispensary project than the alcohol. But we go there, and there was another group there. It was me and my partner Marty, 2 other guys that were with some other venture also pitching this guy or trying to get him involved in their business somehow, and then this dude, we'll call him Steve because I literally don't remember what his name was. But so we fly into New York, and we go to a restaurant, like we go to some, the guy that we're going there to see, he's like speaking at something, again, just about hemp, cannabinoids, terpenes, flavonoids, something in the cannabis space. So we go to this just this meeting or this setup area somewhere in New York. It's like a herb shop. You go in there, see this presentation. After the meeting, there was straight up selling weed, which was kind of cool. But point being is, before we go to this meeting, we're sitting in a hotel room with, it's me and Marty, the 2 other dudes, and Steve, and the 2 other guys. One of the other guys makes a comment like, I don't follow sports. I don't care to watch sports much, and I don't either, because I like watching soccer or hockey, but just I want a good game. I have no teams. I just want to see something entertaining. But one of the other guys says, I don't like sports. And not like an aggressive way, just like, his exact quote was something to the effect of, if it's not making me money, it's just not that relevant to me. And my partner Marty is just like calling him out for not being like a football fan. And I was just like cringing the fuck everywhere. Because remember, I'm the guy that's being held back in the business conversations. And my business partner Marty is like trying to like tell the guy he's not a real football fan when he just said he wasn't, as to be a macho man. Oh, I'm the best at everything. Oh, I'm super great. And I'm just sitting there like thinking like, holy fuck. Because these are the people I attract. Because again, they think I'm insecure like them. They're going to teach me. They're going to guide me. They're going to lead me. And I'm just sitting there like, we're trying to like have a good business interaction with Steve, and you're over here like making yourself look like a 14-year-old like high school kid. And it's just again like, what the actual fuck. So that that's at the hotel. We go to the meeting or even before the meeting at the herb shop with the Dave dude. And Dave was there as well, one of the Daves. But the Dave wouldn't even add me on LinkedIn. So after we did all this again, I'm the wannabe simply because of popularity. A bunch of illiterate pieces of shit won't say, "Yep, Brad solves science." So I literally can't have business interactions. Dude wouldn't even add me on LinkedIn. But we go before the meeting. Me and Marty go to dinner. And I literally can't eat food. And the same when I opened up the bar and restaurant, and my mom was making me so uncomfortable because her angsty weirdness at 60, I couldn't eat fucking food. And that I didn't even say that in the story. When my mom did that, I actually literally went outside and threw up. And I'm just sitting there like, again, how the fuck do I survive? I need someone to support my businesses so I can make money. My mom's sitting there all angsty, upset, mixed of jealous, but the mix of confusion, but also wanting me to make money, but doesn't want me to be more successful than her. So therefore, I'm a scapegoat and fuck Brad. And so the same exact thing happened in New York with my business partner Marty. I couldn't eat food strictly because of other people's immaturity. Right? If a bunch of 14-year-old kids were screaming all day, you would want to blow your fucking heads off. That is what I experienced every day because people can't respect what the fuck my life is. So again, just another great story of, again, being treated with a bunch of respect while trying to, again, I own CBD-enriched alcohol in the entire country, and people treat me like a wannabe. I solved all of science years ago, people treat me like a wannabe. So, yeah, and again, nobody can not react to the resonance in my voice. So that was, again, great business meetings in New York. See how long this one's going. So now just a couple quick stories. This episode's pretty long, so we'll keep these stories pretty quick. But I'll tell you again, I think I told you, but before I was the personal trainer, and the personal trainer is right when I met Marty, when most of my major business things started going. I interviewed to be a dishwasher at Max and Irma's. And there was, again, it was 3 people applied. I might have already told this story, we'll keep it quick. But 3 people applied, and the hiring manager called me in to like give me an interview. Again, this is to be a dishwasher at Max and Irma's. And you know, it's your typical hiring manager that makes $20 an hour asking you the most trite, overused questions. What's your biggest strengths? What are your weaknesses? Do you work well in a team? Again, I answer all of these things very well because, again, before I was a business person, I was a very good speaker, very good writer. People always pick up on my logic, always. And you can tell the guy is just like, basically like, this guy's way too overqualified to be a dishwasher. And I remember like thinking, I was like, yes, correct, but I'm also too overqualified to do anything else because people won't give me an interview. Again, like from childhood till today, always on Craigslist trying to flip shit, always trying to get jobs, always trying to do this. But then you need experience from a school that I can't go to. And then you can't smoke weed because of drug testing, because we don't do healthcare properly here in this country. And I'm not going to give up sleeping and eating so I can go be a fucking dick sucker at some worthless job. So chase that career or basic health. Basic health is always going to trump any career for me. But in a world where we always have to compete and be the best and be macho men, well then fuck me. Then I get fucked. But the guy's sitting there like, clearly, it's like, why is this overqualified dude applying to be a dishwasher? And I just remember thinking, I was just like, dude, I can show up on time, which I can do and do, and go like this. I'm pretty sure I'm qualified enough to be a dishwasher. But again, did not get the job. 3 people applied, crushed the interview. I could show up on time and rub a towel over some dishes. Did not get the job. So then my cousin, the female from Christmas, who again ganged up on me because she thought I was attacking Christianity because I was defending human rights, gets like, she works at Barnes & Noble. So she gets me an interview with, and she's friendly with the bosses and gets me an interview there. And again, this is my cousin 4 years younger than me. Not that I care, like, you can't give me a job younger than me, not shit like that. But again, I apply to stuff, no one responds. I go to school, people kick me out. I go and try to form friends, people kick me the fuck out. And so I get this job. I get another interview again where the hiring manager instantly notices I'm profoundly more competent than she is. Get a job there. No bad things. I do my job. I work there for, again, I don't know, a month, 2 months. And then right at that time is right when one of my family members gets a serious health diagnosis. And I'm just like, I don't need to be working at Barnes & Noble. I don't need to be doing this shit. Because at the time I was getting into stock trading, stuff like that. And it's not that Barnes & Noble wasn't a terrible job, but I go into the manager and it's like I got the diagnosis that day, and I try to like ask her, like, can I just like take the day off? And she could not care, could not care at all. And I'm just sitting there like, why the fuck would I work for a fat bitch like this? Why the fuck would I respect a dumb whore like this? Again, not doesn't want to be respectful of my family's health. Can't. You can literally see her brain clicking, and she's like, but I have a double shift today, and I need all of my employees to work hard, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So I quit Barnes & Noble basically on the spot there. And so, but again, just another story of people literally not having the emotional capacity to care about anything. Certainly not about respecting scientific improving. Not even fucking possible. So one more quick one. Again, is right in the same time, not the same time frame, but the same kind of people. Again, going to Christmas dinner. Again, I'm the raging alcoholic now. Again, after I wake up, cook my breakfast and eat my breakfast, go to the gym, go on a walk, run a full household, do my YouTubes, do research, prove everything I do, and then I drink, again, probably again 7 to 14, begin 14 at the total tops, 7 to 14 beers at night. Just loaded. Again, past that, again, I'm a consenting adult. Great, I get liver cirrhosis and die tomorrow. Well, who's going to be more productive than me today? Like, today. Okie dokie. But again, point is, again, species having to project their insecurities onto you, I become the scapegoat. I assume whatever delusions people say, and that becomes fucking true. But I'm going to Christmas dinner. The wonderful Christmas dinner we've talked a lot about. And so, I go into the Red Bank, right on Sunbury Road and Maxtown Road. And I go in there, and this is the Red Bank that I've been buying beer from my when I lived at my parents' house. And so I go in there, and the owner's I call them, in my most professional terms, turban heads. They're not actually turban, but they don't wear turbans, but they're somewhere in the Middle East, and they're being disrespectful to me, so I can't think of a more racist term for them. So, again, I don't know, want to be terrorists, turban heads, something like that. But I go in there, and when I was at my parents' house, I went in there one time, just buying a 24 case of Bud Light, and the guy's like, oh, just a 24 case today? Again, as a condescending, like, fuck you. Again, raging alcoholic. To my worthless turban friend at Red Bank, at Maxtown, and Sunbury Road. You can't even speak English properly, man. Like learn to enunciate words properly. Learn to speak, you illiterate fucking animal. But go back, then that's one time, again, I haven't been to this place in literally years. Go back at Christmas time, just get a case of beer, and the guy was like, the owner, the dude who just, his dad, was like, oh yeah, I remember you. And it's clear like, the two hard-working immigrants versus the alcoholic young dude. And again, not 0% alcoholic, 0% compulsory behavior. Don't wake up thinking about alcohol. Don't care about drinking that many beers. What am I going to do today? Actually, what the fuck am I going to do today is my question. And yeah, I still haven't figured it out. But again, I'm supporting people's fucking business. And again, when you're not, if someone's in denial about something, they'll get offensive about it. I'm literally just sitting there like, You like insult all your customers when they buy something? Like everyone that buys a pack of cigarettes, you say, "Oh, there's another huffer. There's another piece of shit." But again, coming from immigrants who can't even speak properly, they learn to speak properly, and I can speak whatever Indian languages you want to fucking speak. So, I mean, it's just the weirdest shit ever. And then I go to Christmas, and again, my uncle's like, "Oh, you probably have a lot of beers down there." And again, I was literally had drinking like 2 or 3 beers at like 2 o'clock or like 3 o'clock because it's the fucking holidays. Again, I don't drink beer at the absolute earliest on my own. It's like probably like 3:30. And typically it's like 5 or 6 because I don't have anything to do. And most importantly, it's biologically well tolerated. But again, it's just the weirdest shit ever. Again, I go to the Red Bank. This guy insults me, and I'm just sitting there like, why? Go to Christmas dinner, and cousins insult me. Why? Sit there, and my uncle is just getting fire and brimstone offended. Why? Because I exist, and people deny scientific research. Go watch Carl Hart on Lex Friedman, you dirty fucks from the Red Bank. And it takes me so long to figure out like why people are being disrespectful, and it's because they're children and they need to judge other people. So if you can't speak English, and again I say that because I speak more languages than everybody else, not like speak English in America type shit. So those are my stories for today. This episode's going to be well over 30 minutes. So didn't really have any much talking points, so I'm going to be doing the poker series. Got a new music piece about done, so I'll be dropping that in the next couple of days. See you soon.